When times are tough and you don't feel like there's a place you can turn, please know help is out there. In July, finding that help became much easier. You can now dial 988 on your phone anywhere in the country to get in touch with local and regional suicide and crisis hotlines.
Crisis line, this is Rachel.
Operators are standing by 24 hours a day to take your calls, and the phones have been very busy these past 4 months at Johnson County, Kansas call center. Staffers say they hope this easier access, dialing just 3 digits instead of 10, will mean they can help more people.
We have people that are asking for help and they know where to ask for it. And there's nothing that is negative about that. That's all positive.
The answering service in Johnson County is hiring to cover the high demand they're seeing. Again, 988 is nationwide thanks to a bill passed by Congress in 2020, but the funding isn't uniform. That same bill set aside money to get 988 rolling, but once all that runs out, it's up to each individual state to pick up the tab. 27 states, including Missouri, have not passed any laws to fund the Crisis Lifeline. That's according to the National Academy for State Health Policy. So the big question is, how is Missouri making sure patients get access to this life-saving intervention? Let's get to the heart of the matter with Lauren Moyer. She's with Compass Health Network and is Missouri's 988 Task Force Chair. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Talk about something very important, I think, to our community. It's estimated that this first year of service will cost the state of Missouri more than $16.5 million. But again, state legislature has not passed a bill for long-term funding. How do you attack that and say, okay, well, this is something we want to have for the long term?
Yeah, we have diligently been working with the Department of Mental Health, our Missouri Behavioral Health Council, and the state to really actively pursue funding prior to the July 16th go live date, which was this past July 16th of 2022. We were successful in getting those funds, and for this fiscal year, we were able to get about a $28.5 million line item to do exactly what you're asking, and that is to make sure that our 988 crisis call centers are staffed up, that they're able to manage the 50% increase in call volume we've already seen. Now it's the ongoing and the sustainment of that funding. And so we are continually looking at ways to advocate to continue to provide those line items, because as history has shown us, passing a tax isn't always the most effective or easiest
Voters don't seem to like that too much, right? Yeah.
Right. So we really wanted to make sure that we were proactive and that we were able to manage the people who needed our life-saving number.
Does this is this solely from taxpayer dollars within the state of Missouri appropriations, or are you looking at outside funding sources as well?
Both. So we have definitely looked at federal grant funding. We were able to get a SAMHSA planning grant, and then also, again, that continuous funding that comes to the Department of Mental Health.
And 988 is not funded the same way 911 would be, though, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Missouri actually just passed a 911 tax, and it is specific to county. However, that is not how it is across the nation. And so, again, we're really trying to focus on how can we get that core funding to make sure that our crisis call centers have the staff, the capacity to reach out to those folks. So that's just the direction that we've taken.
Nice. As you said, it's been a little bit more than 4 months since this is rolled out. How has the response been, and have you been able to work all the kinks out of this program?
Yeah, again, due to the advocacy of the Department of Mental Health and all of our 6 crisis call centers and our 1 text and chat call center, we were really able to staff up even in this dire workforce that we all find ourselves in. And we have since seen about a 50% increase in call volume since July 16th. And I will be happy to say that our metrics as far as being able to answer those calls have just continued to go up. So we are managing.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that. So 2 years ago, right, 2020, I think only 78% of Lifeline's calls in Missouri were answered. With the launch of 988, is there a renewed effort to make that number higher, get closer to 100%?
Yes, so 100% is always the aspirational goal. We actually were effectively able to achieve 92% in August. So just a short month after rollout, we increased our call answer rate. And that was the benchmark that we had to hit this coming July of 2023. So we are really hopeful that we can hit that 100% mark.
Nice. Thanksgiving just happened a few days ago. We're now in the thick of the holidays. We talk about seasonal depression. Do you see numbers going up? Are you staffing extra as we get into December?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, not only the holidays, but just the colder weather, the change in getting dark sooner, all of those things have an impact on folks. Social connectedness is key. So if folks don't have loved ones to spend those holidays with, it's a huge trigger. So we continue to want to make sure that people understand it is okay to not be okay. Please just reach out. 90% of those who call us are able to be managed over the phone. No other kind of interaction or response is necessary. We have trained, qualified mental health professionals that can really help in the moment to decrease that trigger for folks.
It has to be rewarding for your people on the other side of the line and your caregivers to hear the success stories and hear how much of an impact they made too.
Absolutely. You know, we are here to inspire hope and really provide help and promote wellness and recovery in individuals. And that is what 988 is about, and that is how we are training our folks.
All right, Lauren Moyer with Missouri's 988 Task Force, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
We're going to put it on the screen here. If you or anyone you know needs help, you can call, or as Lauren said, you can text 988 at any hour of the day. And remember, you do not have to be in crisis to reach out. Call to ask questions. You can get guidance on mental health help. You can also call if you're concerned about a family member or friend. But this is key. If you are in a life-threatening emergency, you need to call 911.